Hi, it's Natalie from Custom Crafts, and I have a project for you today that was designed by Karen, one of our other team members here, and it's this really cool little mobile. We designed it for a baby's room, probably more boy themed, but you could certainly do it as a girl theme or for your toddler, or you could even do it as a decoration for your teens room and use either the Hannah Montana cartridge or your other favorite Cricut cartridge. So today we will be using the Georgian Basic Shapes cartridge. I've got all my shapes cut out, but I'll tell you exactly where you can find everything we used. We'll also be using the Happily Ever After cartridge. You'll be wanting to go to your local craft store and picking up one of these embroidery hoops. We actually used the outside of this larger hoop, and then we used the inside, and then the outside has this little hinge right here, but I clipped that off with my Tim Holtz scissors, and you could certainly tape that together and use the outside ring as well. Or you could make a little smaller version. There are smaller embroidery hoops. As you can see, this is the part of the larger hoop that we used without the fastener. You'll also want to go to your jewelry aisle and get, this is called Stretch Magic, and it is the clear cording that we use to hang all of our mobile elements. And then you'll need just your Crocodile, either your Big Bite or this one here, the regular Crocodile, and then some of the Zutter attachments. These are little fasteners. And then just a couple of different kinds of your favorite ribbon, and depending on what color scheme you're working with, you'll want to get coordinating colors. So let's get started. I will be showing you how to build the 3 different parts of the mobile. This first part right here has a large 3-dimensional shape at the top and one of the owl cutouts from the Happily Ever After cartridge. Then we also have the second part is got a little tree at the top here and a smaller 3-dimensional shape. And then the middle part here is the longest hanging part, and it has the moon and stars, and then 2 stars here that hang at the bottom. So why don't you come up close and we'll build those 3 pieces. So to begin, I just picked some of my favorite basic gray papers, and these are all in one paper pack. So if you have trouble picking paper and you're confused about what goes together, that's a really good solution for you. So we cut out the owl from the Happily Ever After cartridge, and you're going to need 2 of the same cutouts because you want them to be front and back, so when your mobile spins around you have both sides covered. And then the owl was cut out at 4 inches high on your Cricut. That's what you would set it to. And the owl is located on page 48. And it's the icon button. And then if you want to cut out the overlay, which is the striped part here, you'll hit the shift and then the icon. And again, 4 inches is the height on that. Then for our larger 3-dimensional shape, which are my strips of paper here, I cut out, these are all 1 inch wide, and I cut out a 6, a 7, and an 8-inch long piece, and then I also have another 7 and an 8 inch. So to build the 3-dimensional shape, you'll need 1 6-inch long piece for the middle, 2 7-inch long pieces, and 2 8-inch long pieces. And for this shape, it would be really nice if you had the paper that was double-sided. This didn't happen to be that way, so we actually had to tape them all together or glue them all together. So you can just grab your tacky tape or your favorite adhesive. Tacky tape is one of our favorites here. And just run some adhesive through the middle and adhere that together. So I've removed the backing from the tacky tape, and I'm just going to place my other shape right over the top so that I have a double-sided shape for my 3D shape. And then also, usually before I punched the holes. You put your two sides together if you're using just single-sided paper, and then you can use your Crocodile with the small hole punch, which is the 1/8 setting, and then just punch that hole. We've also just taken our Tim Holtz scissors and clipped the corners on a diagonal just to give it a little more interest when you're putting your shape together. So I've got my middle piece, and then you just start layering. That's the 7-inch long and the 8-inch long, and I do the same thing with the other side, 7-inch long, 8-inch long. And then you want to grab your little bottle of Zutter fasteners. We sell these here on our website, customcrops.com. These are really nice because what they do is they snap together. So you're going to just thread. Actually, it might be easier just to do them one at a time. You're going to thread all your pieces through. Okay, and then you're going to snap your little cover on there, and they just kind of hold themselves together there. And then you're going to take your Crocodile, and it should be on D4. It's a little bit difficult to see, but each of these are lettered and numbered. So D is this setting, and it's the flat setting here. There's nothing here, whereas some of the others have little brad punches. And then the 4 down here. And I'm just going to put this inside my Crocodile and then just depress and set that. So it's nice and flush. And then you do the same exact thing with the other side. So we've got our 3D shape built. And we're going to move on to our owl. So you're just going to want to grab your Flour Soft or your favorite craft glue. Okay, so we've got both pieces adhered. The overlay on there. So you're going to flip them over, and this is where you work with your Stretch Magic. So I'm just going to take my Stretch Magic and run it through the middle here of my 3D shape. And this is the one that hangs directly from the hoop at the top. So I'm just going to knot it. And you kind of have to make sure that it goes down in between your paper there so it's hidden. Okay. So you just tie your knot, and then you trim the end that's the excess. And then you want to leave a pretty good amount. It's always better to have more than not enough when you're trying to loop that around something. So there's that end. And then in order to attach my owl, I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Knot it through the middle. Okay, and then cut off your excess. And then you just want to put a little bit of Flour Soft on the owl here. And we're just going to sandwich that Stretch Magic between these owl layers.